Britain's rivers and canals played a vital role as transport routes in both world wars, supplying goods to towns and cities and raw materials to factories that were operating as part of Britain's war effort. Boatmen were under orders to keep their cargoes hidden under wraps and to douse lights after dark, which made navigation hazardous. Another hazard was bombing, as transport routes were targets for enemy aircraft. But waterways had another wartime role that is perhaps not so obvious. Rivers and canals formed pre-existing barriers that were utilised for defensive purposes, especially in the Second World War, when there was, to begin with at least, a serious threat of invasion. In 1940 to 41, an inland anti-invasion landscape was created, mainly across southern and eastern England, but extending into the northeast as well. This defence in depth was designed to protect major towns and industrial heartlands, and it consisted of a series of heavily defended anti-tank stop lines. There were around 50 in total. Canals like the Bridgewater and Taunton, the Kennet and Avon, the Oxford and the Grand Union formed important sections of these stop lines. The stop lines were fortified with thousands of miles of anti-tank ditches, reinforced concrete obstacles, barbed wire, landmines and pillboxes. These stop lines and islands were manned by the Home Guard, a force that is probably better known nowadays as Dad's Army. As many as 28,000 pillboxes were built across the UK in the Second World War, and about 6,500 or so survive. Of these, a fair number can be found along canals, and along with other remains of wartime fortifications, they have become a fascinating part of the heritage of our waterways. Here at Knapton on the Oxford Canal stop line, there are various anti-tank concrete obstacles, like these octagons, which would have been rolled into position on top of the bridge to stop tanks and other vehicles crossing. If you look carefully along the edge of the canal on the towpath or on the offside, you can find these obstacles lying buried in the undergrowth in a lot of places on these stop lines. Here at Knapton there are also a clutch of pillboxes that were constructed from concrete that was poured between other concrete posts and slabs to form a permanent shuttering. All of these defensive structures are tangible monuments to the important role that waterways played during some of the darkest days of our history.